What's up, everyone? So I decided to take a little bit of a break from the DPR and do a little bit of lake fishing today. I'm actually hitting up a spot that I haven't been to in, well, I haven't fished, I should say, rather, that I have not fished in probably a few years at this point. Some of you might recognize the place once I start fishing, but they did some kind of I don't know what they called it, a restoration project or conservation effort here. I don't know what they called it, but they pretty much changed the layout of this place, and they actually drained the lake in the process. Now, that was a few years back, and I don't know if they've stocked this place again or not, but I came here with the family just for a walk yesterday, and I actually saw some little bluegills by the shore and some carp jumping, so there do appear to be fish in here again. The question is there anything sizable worth catching? That is what I'm on a mission to determine today. So I brought pretty much a loaded tackle box and some live bait. I've got some night crawlers in my bag as well, and I'm gonna kind of just be throwing a little bit of everything at them. Just looking to see what is in here, what size, and what are they going after. So I'm getting pretty close to the first spot I'd like to hit. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys very shortly. There we go. What do we got? Oh, we got a skunk off the board at least. We got a largie. All right, there we go. Got a skunk off the board. I guess they got largemouth in here. Question is, do they get any bigger than this one? I guess we will have to find out. There you go, little guy. Little guy. Oh, crappie. All right, very small one, but I guess they got crappies in here still too. Cool. So I probably should have mentioned to you guys earlier, all I'm doing is I'm just throwing around a Johnson Beetle spin right now, and I chose this lure for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's small enough to appeal to a variety of different species, since I'm just trying to get a pulse of what lives in here. And number two, you can also fish it relatively quickly, so you can cover a lot of water in a very short amount of time. Ooh, there we go. That was a good strike. Bass? Let's see. Yeah, it's a largemouth. Man, I tell you, the bite's nothing like it used to be back in the day before they drained the place out, but I'm glad to see that there's at least fish in here. Haven't had anything sizable yet, but I'm glad to be getting into something at least. Oh, I have a fish. I thought I had weeds on there. What is that, crappie? Oh yeah, cool. Oh, you know what? I think this is a white crappie. He's got a really faint coloration pattern, but I think that's a white crappie. If it is, they're actually pretty rare around here. We actually have a lot of black crappies in this area. Oh, that's cool. He's not a big one, but it's cool to see a different, different kind of crappie. Ooh, there we go. Man, I tell you, when these bass hit it, They hit it hard. These guys are pretty much all cookie cutters of each other, but again, I'm just glad to see that there's a bass population in here. Oh yeah. Tell you, I'm really getting my steps in today. Just walking all over the shoreline here, just trying to look for an area that's concentrated with fish. They seem to be really spaced apart from each other in this place. There you go. Another bass. Well, it seems like there's quite a few of them in here. This guy's getting a little bit smaller compared to the other ones. I might switch over to something else now, just to see if I can maybe get into some other different species besides bass and crappies. There you go. What do we got? What's this? Switched over to a little baby jig. Oh, it's another bass. Oh, wow, I'll be darned. He's actually probably one of the best ones of the day here. It's tossing around a little jig. There we go. Oh. That's just wild. I downsized to a really teeny jig and I'm getting bigger bass now. How do you like that? Look at the size of this little lure I'm using here. It's just a tiny little jig. And the bass are getting bigger. Go figure. Yeah, you gotta experiment until you find what works. There you go. Still throwing around that little tiny jig. I was actually looking to see if I can get some bluegill so I can get an idea on how big they are in here. And I'm just getting a lot of bass all of a sudden on this. Another largemouth. It's probably gonna be one of the last fish I'll catch of the day. I'll throw around a few more casts, see if I can get anything, but the sun's starting to go down pretty quickly here. There you go. Ah, tiny guy. Ah, smallest one of the day. Back in you go. All right, guys, I gotta tell you, I came here really not knowing what I was gonna get into. Again, this lake was totally drained out a few years ago. I mean, there was construction equipment and I mean everything as they were redoing the place, or I guess whatever they did. But yeah, there seems to be a pretty healthy population of bass in here, crappies as well. So I'm very, very glad to see that. I think I might come back here again and do a live bait video. Let me know if you guys want to see that. I think I might be able to get into a few more species if I came here using live bait. But I gotta tell you, it was a lot of fun just catching tons and tons of bass. I stopped counting them eventually. So yeah, I had a real good time. It was a beautiful day. I came here, I said, with low expectations, and yeah, I'm surprised we got into as many fish as we did. So, oh, and one thing I want to point out as well before I close out this video, I had a couple of guys actually walk up to me, and they said that they had been observing me as I was catching fish, and they said, you know, we want to know, how do you catch so many fish? What are you doing that we're not? And honestly, well, I showed them the lures I was using, but all I could really tell them was I'm staying mobile. I'm moving around as much as I can, just trying to find these fish. The more you move around, the more likely you're going to get into some fish. Again, they're not really like stacked up anywhere in here. They were really spaced apart. So moving around a lot is really going to be key when that's the case. Overall, I really enjoyed myself. I'm gonna start walking back to my car. It's starting to get dark out and I got a little bit of a walk to get back. So I'm gonna dip on out of here. But if you guys enjoyed watching this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button below. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.